All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Nabs Fight Media here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Obviously, Gervonta Davis is coming off his big knockout win over Rolly Romero that just took place maybe a few weeks ago at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Um, you know, New York showed out for that fight. Gervonta had put on a great show. In the beginning, I think Rolly bagged some rounds in, but it doesn't ultimately matter when you get stopped in a fight. But respect to Rolly for even being able to compete. Started at a late age when it comes to boxing, by boxing standards, and Gervonta's fought since he was 5, and he kind of showed that there are levels to the fight games, boxing specifically. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about a little bit about Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis as a potential matchup, because there's a lot of talk about Gervonta and Ryan getting it on in December, hopefully after Ryan's fight in July with Javier Fortuna. Not an easy fight. This would be a good kind of gauge to see where Ryan is, especially after everything he went through with the mental health, the hand surgery in his right hand. I don't want to say anything bad. It might not be true, but I thought Ryan kind of wasn't using his right hand like he usually does. He had more of he was kind of like spanking. I don't want to. That's weird, but he's like spanking it around instead of really like throwing it with real like power behind it. It could be because it's still not fully healed. Those injuries take time, but hopefully he gets back to where he once was. Throwing that with his right hand with a lot of confidence. I want to see him use his jab a little bit more. But I think that a lot of critics are going to expect something big from Ryan in this fight against Javier Fortuna, specifically because they want to see, everyone has something to say oh, he's not ready for Tank. He needs another a few more fights before he even thinks about getting in the ring with Tank. And so he has a lot to prove in this fight. But in terms of the fight actually taking place, I don't know. Do I personally think it's too early for Ryan? I'll be able to tell after this specific fight, but without this fight in general, yeah, it's too soon. But let's say he does something spectacular when in the Fortuna fight, I may consider making that fight happen sooner than later, because in the sport of boxing, things are really unpredictable. Injuries can come, things happen. So I'd rather see that fight now than never see. I think we can all agree on that. That's kind of obvious. But they're saying December. That'd be a great time. I'd be surprised if it does happen this year in December. I just don't know. Obviously, as a boxing fan, I want to see it, but at the same time, I feel like it's not at its maximum potential. The way that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, I feel like it could be made right now. I'm just saying, it's at its peak for sure. I don't know if Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis is even at its peak yet. I think this fight, with even more, can build up even more animosity that would draw on more eyeballs and get more butts and seats. That's what the boxing game is all about. It's a business. But I think this fight would be great for boxing. Any of the top lightweights fighting each other is great for boxing. It's a stacked division right now. It's probably my favorite division to watch, just because there's so much talent, so much potential. Lomachenko, Devin Haney, obviously beating George Kambosos. You can't take his name out of the conversation just because he lost to Devin Haney, one of the best, highest IQ fighters out there. Then you got Ryan, you got Gervonta. There are a lot of guys. There are a lot of guys in the 135 division that I could see being champions, competing with Devin Haney, giving him a hard time, maybe even dethroning him. But it won't be easy, But specifically with Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, this is a fight that I personally think Ryan has a pretty good chance. Everyone's saying there's no shot, but I think Ryan's much bigger than Tank, and he carries a lot of power. Tank's gonna have to respect his power more, and if Ryan's careful and isn't too reckless, uses his reach, keeps his distance, keeps his hands up, stays alert throughout the whole fight. I don't know. I think he can pull it off, but Tank with one punch could end it put his lights out. That's the scary thing that Ryan has to be aware of. But it goes both ways. I think if Tank gets touched by Ryan, I don't know. We'll see how strong his chin really is. Ryan's power is really going to test Tank. If he can take Ryan's punch, his best shot, then man, he's different breed. Same with Ryan. If he could take his shot, we obviously have seen him get dropped by Luke Campbell, who isn't the biggest power puncher in the world, but still, he learned from that experience. Luke Campbell is a great name to have on a resume. I personally believe the most competitive fight on the resume when you compare Gervonta Davis's resume with Ryan Garcia's. That's just my opinion when it comes to true lightweights. He's an Olympian. So even though he was on his way out, you still got to give him credit. But if this Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia fight is made, they're talking about December. I hope it happens, but it's gonna be tough to kind of say because we know that there were negotiations prior, and Leonard Ellerby and Gervonta have been on the record saying that Ryan pulled out for mental health, which is understandable, but we'll see if the negotiations go as smoothly as they did before, and if they can get this fight going. Hopefully there's no injuries, nothing that puts this fight on hold because all of us want to see it. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to cover for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for the constant support. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Stay subscribed. All of my ads are at Nabs Fight Media, so check everything out. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.